for AI. There was a demonstration in London on Saturday. Not a huge demonstration, I understand, but Will Coleshill was there to report for UK Column. So let's have a look at what he had to say.
Hello, this is Will Coleshill reporting for UK Column. Today I'm down here outside the BBC Portland Place, the Eric Gill statue right behind me, and today I'm reporting on the Digital ID Protest, massive, that's going on down here in London. So why are you out here today then?
I'm out here today because I believe in fighting for our liberty and our democracy, and I think that digital ID is completely against that, and it curbs our rights and our freedoms.
Came to all the things before with the vaccines and what have you, but just the digital ID and the control network that's closing, and for our grandchildren's future.
Just watching the way things are going. You know, since COVID, our freedoms are being systematically dismantled, and yeah, we're seeing that everything is just going in one direction.
I'm brought out here today because this is the hill I'm willing to die on. If we let this pass, we become an open prison.
No, this is an important one. I mean, digital ID, if we're forced into this, I mean, there is absolutely no freedom left. They can do whatever they like with us. So it really is a battle we must win.
You know, it can lead to an authoritarian state, which is, I guess, the final goal.
It'll be enforced by having a unified system of ID, so that even your bank account is being monitored, and money could be taken out of it if you do something wrong, like breaking your carbon footprint.
This is something we don't need. We've never needed it before, and the plans to put it in place are completely tyrannical, and it's there for monitoring and surveilling us in a way that nobody really wants to happen.
We've got passports, driving licence, birth certificate. It's just bringing in Agenda 2030.
You know, we just have to look at the Agenda 30 actually for the UN, the United Nations. It's all there. You know, they want us to stay in these cities, these 15-minute cities. We'll own nothing and we shall be happy.
If they have that information about you all in one place, then they can easily control and manipulate that information.
They can make you do anything you like. They can stop you going places. They can stop you buying certain things. If you're writing certain things on the internet, they can freeze your bank account.
They can stop finances if you oppose certain government policies.
Our spending, our travel, the climate,
Just everything. The food that you eat, how much you watch each day. They're going to base it off the Chinese social credit system that's already in place. And we already have a version of this with our credit scores, where we're not allowed to have certain loans and we're not allowed to have certain credit. It'll be like that, but amplified. And if you want some sort of demonstration on how this will work, then you'll need to watch the Nosedive episode of Black Mirror.
It's baby steps, as they say, and before you know it, we'll be locked in our houses or, told where we can and cannot go.
The main thing is they're rolling it out now. They're saying it's to stop so-called illegal work and stuff like that. They give some, bad reasons for it, just to get the public on board, and then they introduce something else and then something else, and before you know it, you've lost all your freedoms.
So they're going to put penalties on people and punish people for not complying. And I'm not being funny, but that's never really a good thing, is it? And this is another thing about convenience. They're going to not force you to have it, but it'll be extremely inconvenient for you to exist in society without it, and that's how they're going to try and trip us up.
We know that they've already done the veterans cards for veterans, and now they're trying to get everyone who's a company director onto the government one login system. They're taking our biometrics, and that's the key thing. So if you give up your biometrics, the government creates a digital twin of you, something that represents you in the digital space, and you've got no control over what happens to that and how the government uses it and where that might end up. Do you think that this is going to change people's minds coming out here today?
Honestly, I don't know. We've got a lot of people that understand what this means and a lot of people who think this is going to happen anyway, no matter what we do, but that's the problem. It will happen if no one does anything. So you may as well stand up, you may as well say something just to say that you did and you have.
Yeah, well, they didn't make any decisions on their quotes, talk the other day. So I think with the amount of people that are speaking up against it, there is hope. Well, that's all I can say, there's hope.
Definitely. I mean, if you look around, the streets are filled here, so definitely, right? And it's about raising awareness, and I think that we can definitely do that.
I think a lot of people are aware of it. I mean, it was 3 million people that wrote, signed the petition, wasn't it, to the Houses of Parliament. So yeah, people are waking up.
Maybe they're not coming out on the streets, but a lot of people I know and I meet come and say, yeah, we agree with you. It's just that they don't feel powerful.
They're going to try their hardest to implement it, and we need to stand up and say, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it, and that's what we need to. That's what the message is. Do not accept the digital ID. Don't accept it. Defiance.
We're fighting for everyone's freedom. I just wish there were a few more people standing up for their own.
We say no.
Well, an encouraging report by Will Coleshill there. And I think the young lady said it all. Of course, if people do nothing, these policies are absolutely going to be implemented. So really wonderful to see the people that did attend and the fact they were also well informed, speaking out in order to try and get this stopped. And good to see some of the smaller parties there, David Curtin from the Heritage Party, but also Piers Corbyn and Andrew Bridgen. Were there many mainstream media reports in UK on the day? I don't think so, but this is why it's beholden on all of us, people who do understand what's going on, to get out and spread the word to other people.